What's going on, everyone? I'm back after quite a while away. It's December 6th. I'm in pursuit of some whitetail deer, bucks really only in this area. Like I said, it's the 6th of December, so we're more than halfway through gun season. We got about a week left here. Regular gun season anyway. But we've got some snow on, so what I'm going to do is I'm up on one of my favorite pieces of public ground here where I live. I'm going to put boots on ground this morning, just see if I can't cut a buck track, and if not, just see the deer naturally moving through. My buddy and I, we've been hunting this area quite a bit this year, and we're seeing a lot of sign. He saw a really big buck in here, so I'm hoping to catch some movement this morning with the snow on. We haven't had a lot of snow this deer season, so when we do get it, it's really, really a blessing. So I'm going to try to take advantage of it. Stay tuned. Hey folks, it's about 7:30. I've been in the woods for a little less than an hour. I've cut some tracks, but nothing fresh. What I'm doing right now is I'm standing on top of this big finger ridge. What it is there's a really long ridge that runs east-west, and on that long ridge there's these other kind of finger ridges that run off that main ridge. And what I'm on top of one right now, looking down into this bowl. It's hard to see, but I'm looking down into this bowl, and I haven't seen anything yet. Again, I cut some tracks, but they're old. They're last night's tracks, so we'll see. I got plenty of time. Again, it's only 7:30. Well, I'm on a pretty good track. It's not super fresh, but it's the freshest that I've really come across. The only issue is it's got me heading straight into this thick pine thicket. I mean, it's not surprising. These pines offer these deer really good thermal cover, so I'm not surprised, but it's tough tracking a deer in there because it is thick. But I'll show you what I'm looking at here. I mean, that's not a bad track. It's just a little, you can kind of see the dew claws right there. It's a nice big track. It's just not super fresh, but it's the freshest I've been on, so I'm gonna follow it and see what this buck's doing. Stay tuned. Well, guys, I just bumped that buck that I've been tracking. He's nice. He's really nice. So, as tracking goes, I'm going to give him about 10-15 minutes before I get back on this track. That'll give him a chance to kind of settle back down, and hopefully he doesn't go far. I know he didn't smell me. I'm going to give him 10-15 minutes here, and I'm going to get back on the track. I know he's nice now. He's a nice big buck. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Alright, I'm going to show you his bed. It's actually, it's a great spot for a buck to bed. He saw me coming through above him, and he wasn't sticking around, so check this bed out. I mean, that's a good sized bed there. But I think he was laying like this, looking up his backtrack. And I came down from the top there. And I think he saw too much of me moving. He didn't like it, and he got out of dodge. Boy, he was heading downhill hard. gotta get on his track again here. I should have been paying better attention. I probably would have seen him laying here. Well, that's how you learn. Well, that's gonna be the end of this track for this deer anyway. At least for today. Part of the issue with tracking deer is you'll end up running into the property lines, and I mean, this is a nice buck, but I'm not willing to cross the property line to go after him. I'm not gonna break the law for a deer, so I'm gonna get turned around here. I think what I'm gonna do is head back up to about where I bumped him and then just keep heading west. There's some clear cuts up there. And there was a lot of deer sign in there, and there's a lot of tracks. A lot more tracks than this one deer, so I'm gonna go see if I can't find something fresh. I'll get back with you when I get on another track. Stay tuned. Well, I'm on a track that's quite old, I think. I think it was last night, but I'm really curious to see, where they're headed. It seems like all the deer that I'm running into, at least the tracks, they're kind of running this ridge. It's like west to east or east to west. And they're staying below these cuts. And they're bouncing from pocket to pocket of cover. Like I'm in what I would consider pretty open woods, and they're just bouncing in between pockets of dense pines and hemlocks into these more open woods areas. So I'm just kind of studying. This is a big track. It might be a big doe though, but I'm waiting to see. I just like to learn and see where they're going, find their pockets of cover. Stay with me. We got lots of time today, so. Alright, it's been about an hour since I left that buck. I've kind of been following that one track I was showing you guys. And it led me to this. The deer have absolutely been crushing the acorns in here. They're digging them right up out of the snow. I think a lot of this happened last night, but take a peek. You can see, all the leaves where they're digging in the snow to get these acorns. My camera probably doesn't do it justice, but it's torn up in here. There's a big red oak right there. There's a bunch of red oak in here. That's what the deer are doing. They're just in here digging it up, tearing it up. But it's good to find these things because I can mark it on my Onyx maps and kind of have an idea of where the deer might stop to feed. This would be a good place to set up. This looks like this happened yesterday evening, if I were to guess, or in the night last night. I'm gonna keep poking around, keep exploring. Alright, I'm back on some fresh tracks now. And like I said, they left those open woods that I was in, where they were feeding, and now they're back into some much more dense pine thicket. And it provides them with thermal cover on these cold days. But this is a big track I want to show you. That's a good sized track, but again, I think it's a big doe. But I'm going to slow down in here because These tracks are fresh. I don't think these deer are far. Well, it's 5 minutes to 10. I did catch up to that doe group. They were in a cut, really nasty, thick cut. And instead of doing the smart thing and looping around it, because they were bedded right on the edge of it, on the downhill side of it, instead of going wide and looping around it, I went right through it, and I ended up blowing all those deer out. There was a pile of them in there. So I've crossed the road now. I'm onto a big open piece of hardwoods. Here's a track. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a track. It's old track. But what I'm thinking is, it drops down, and there's another big ridge. And I'm thinking of just staying up on top and peeking over the edge, you know. Hoping to catch some bedded deer on the backside. I mean, the other side of the road where I was hunting this morning is loaded with deer. But man, this tracking stuff's not easy. You gotta be really, really vigilant. And I think I was going a little bit too fast on both of the tracks I was on. I mean, I got within 50 yards of that buck before he saw me. And I probably, if I was looking, I probably could have seen him, but patience is a virtue. Here's another set of tracks that I'm walking now. I don't know, they look like they're staying up on top, but I think I'm gonna drop over the back. If I were a deer, I'd find a nice set of thermal cover, some thicker stuff. Find a nice bed for the day. That's what I'm gonna do. Beautiful day to be out though. Calm, snowy, cold day. Stay tuned. I've been tracking a couple deer. One track looks for sure like a buck track, and I just found looks like a scrape they opened up maybe last night. Hard to say. There's not a ton of snow in these tracks, so they might not be that old. I don't know. I'm gonna give them a shot, see where they go. I've got a lot of miles in today. I'm at like 2.8 miles. I'm running out of steam, so we're gonna see where these tracks lead me. They got me going back into another pine thicket. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Stay tuned, everyone. Well, everybody, those tracks that I was just on lately, the most recent set, pretty much came back out right by my truck and went in right where I went in this morning. So, and I don't have the time or the energy to go back in after them, so that'll pretty much do it for me today. But I've got a few more days to get after them. I'm gonna take full advantage of the snow while we have it, and I'll probably be back in here tomorrow. What can you do? Keep trying is all. Till next time.